preparing. I feel like it always takes like 6 minutes, so. Looked up that you ahead of time.
Is Tony gonna give you a wellness check if you?
I know, he's gonna call me, like,
See if
it's
you're
the second
okay.
Thursday. We're alive, okay, I think we are live streaming on YouTube now.
Great. Should we just start now? I think we can.
I think we're close enough, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Good morning, everybody. We are at 8:57 a.m. Leanne will call roll.
Nick Gordon,
Here.
Jake Lujan,
Here.
Elizabeth Donahue,
Here.
Leanne Ortiz is appearing by Zoom. Christine Sargent, you're appearing by Zoom.
Yep.
And Pam Scanlon is not here.
Yep. All right, great. Let the minutes show that a quorum is present. The agenda is before you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll motion. Nick Gordon, motion.
Jake Lou, 1 second.
Great. The question is on the approval of the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
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 Great. The ayes have it. The agenda has been approved. All right, let's get started. The first vote is on the minutes from the last meeting, August 14th, regular meeting. Did people have a chance to review the minutes?
Yeah.
Great. Any changes, inconsistencies noted? All right, the question is on the approval of the minutes now. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. All right, the ayes have it. The minutes from August 14th have been approved. We're going to move into committee reports, starting with, I guess, just governance today, actually.
Right. And I think I said last month that the board trainings are offered again via Zoom or by Canvas. And we already discussed in the working session that ongoing board members need the 5 hours of board training, while Ms. Donahue, you'll need the 10 hours of board training. And we want to welcome our new board member, Elizabeth Donahue, today. So I think that's about all I have. I've actually already done all 5 of my hours, so.
I finished my hours too, Leanne. You guys were right, Canvas was great.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Highly recommend. All right. All right, perfect. Next up is the financial report.
Hi, so yes, we did have a finance committee meeting this month where we went over all the reports in detail. But for today's meeting's sake, I'll just give you a brief overview of the items that we went over. Now, as far as our revenue report since July 1 to August 31st, we've received in approximately $500,000 in revenue, which is on track with our projections. So that's the great news there. I do want to highlight, we won't see a significant increase in revenue until about October, November, once we start seeing our federal funds reimbursement requests start coming through and our leases. Now, as far as our expenditures, if you look at your reports, you will note that our operational fund has over $50,000 available. So we're in great shape there. I do want to highlight that all of our salaries and benefits are encumbered at this point in time, as well as most of our purchase orders have been issued. And for your operational fund, you will note that we have 3 negative functions. We do have a bond for your approval to clean up some of those negative line items. But the overall note on that is that our entire lease is coming out of our operational fund until we get our leases maintenance award allocation. So that's approximately 200,000 that is currently going through your operational fund that won't, once we get that award. Now, as far as our federal funds, again, since the beginning of the year, our teachers have started, since a lot of those are salaries coming from those funds. We won't see those fully extended until towards the end of the school year, but you'll start seeing reimbursements for that come in about November, December. Now, again, it is a tight budget year, so we are gonna continue to monitor our expenses throughout the year to make sure it's in line with our budget and what we are trying to project. Overall, we're off to a great start. I have no immediate concerns as far as our financials. And we're right on track. Did anyone have any questions as far as reports that are available in your board packet? We can give you a little more insight. Otherwise, I'll just go over our bars that we have. So the first bar is going to be bar number 01I. This is an increased bar for your GOB library fund in the amount of $2,401. We're going to use this all for library and audiovisual expenses. So this can be things such as equipment, books, anything that would be for a library. And that is just our carryover from the prior year. Bar number 2I is an increased bar for your special capital outlay state. It is for a total of $42,648. This is our carryover again from the prior year. We are budgeting it all towards fixed assets. It's going to be used for equipment, and this can only be used for things that we designated within the grant itself. The last bar is going to be bar number 3M. This is an operational maintenance bar. As I mentioned earlier, this is just routine maintenance to move available budget from the 2,600 function to our 22 and 2,500 functions. We're specifically going to move $15,530 to cover professional development, services, and software. Any questions? All right, well, that is all I have for you all this month.
Thank you. All right, so the question is on the approval of the 3 bars, 1I, 2I, and 3M. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, all those opposed say nay. All right, the ayes have it. The bars 1I, 2I, and 3M have been approved. Next up is the approval of the change to the academic year calendar for 25-26.
So Ashley just talked a little bit about how this is our tight budget year. We had in the past always taken our teachers on a professional development trip to a conference, team building and learning. With the decrease in the budget that came from House Bill 63 last year, we're only doing PD based on our Title II budget, which is not enough to take teachers out of state. So when we approved the calendar, we had approved 3 days in November, the 5th, 6th, and 7th, because they aligned with one of the conferences we wanted to take teachers to. And since we're not taking teachers to that conference because of the funding, we are proposing to make those days into instructional days. And then we'll move the professional development work days to the end of the year. So that then students will get out earlier in the year, hopefully help our attendance in the last couple of days because people always leave anyway. And so then our proposal would be to end school on May 22nd, make the 5th, 6th, and 7th of November into instructional days, and then move those other 3 professional development days to the end of the year for May 26th, 27th, and 28th. So contracts wouldn't need to change, hours wouldn't need to change. It's just a calendar making that difference. So that's what we're proposing. And would like to do.
And it was a $7,000 budget cut for professional development as well.
Any questions before we vote or concerns? Okay,
Yeah, the only concern that, I mean, I'll flag it is that if families had planned based on the calendar, they would make my vacations and we'll speak with those. Families. I mean, that's just gonna be what it is.
Yeah.
But
How do the teachers handle that news, or have you told them?
I know we told them,
Okay.
I mean, I think they understand. I think they're also like, oh, that means that at the end of the year starts to feel really long.
Yeah.
So I think that was like, oh, if students are leaving on the 22nd, like, okay. And I think they've taken both, because we told me like, we want to take you, we're planning in future years to hopefully be able to find other sources to be able to fund some of this stuff. If we can't do it out of our operational or time too, so I think they took it as like, okay, we can deal.
Cool.
okay, great. So the question is on the approval of the change to the school year calendar. All those in favor say aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. The calendar changes have been approved.
So we will send probably the first of the options that are in the board packet, the one that's more letter formatted, to add along with the information, so I can take care of that. Thank you.
Great. All right, next up is the school milestone report from the Charter Schools Division.
Yeah, so we just wanted to include this so that you all had a copy and an update. Every year, the Charter School Division for the PEC visits the school and monitors what we're doing and how. And so this was their report from last school year. They came in, I think, February, February, and then they just gather all of their information against the performance framework. And so on page 5 of their report is the ratings, or are the ratings. And there are a couple that are still pending, the assessment requirements and the attendance, I think, are still pending. We will meet those. We have very good attendance historically and our very good academic performance. And so we will meet those requirements. So there'll only be that one does not meet. And that does not meet, I included the audit, it's audit related. So anytime there's a significant deficiency in an audit, it automatically means that you don't meet standard in that area, regardless of what the finding was. And whose responsibility it was. So, but yeah, it was the lunch issue, caused that significant deficiency.
And it's either meets standard or does not meet standard, there's no.
I think,
There's
Maybe
yeah,
just having a significant deficiency.
yeah,
Okay.
it just automatically makes it does not meet. So
Okay.
I think there is a rating that is working to meet,
Okay.
but I think you just like, it is what it is.
just move on.
Yeah, unfortunately means that you don't get out of your financial training next year. Sorry. So, yeah, so that's that report. It's very good. I mean, it's a really good report.
Okay.
I don't think that was any issues with that. So. That we maybe, I don't know.
All right, great. And so then next up is Equity Council report.
So we'll have our first equity council meeting this upcoming month. That'll be a 3 a year, and that will be the second weekend of October. I will keep you posted on that when we finally have our meeting.
Great. And then last is the co-director report.
So I will send out the data dashboard, but I will just kind of give the highlights of it. So we are keeping track this year of the same metrics that we tracked last year. So I'll update everybody on enrollment, attendance, and interim academic data. And so our enrollment right now, we have 269 students. We started the year with 270. Which is good. I think every year we've always lost like just a couple between August and October. And it's usually like 1 or 2, because they have to switch school for whatever reason. We already have people asking about tours for next school year. We have a lot of interest, which is good. So we have already scheduled out the tours so that we can just have people sign up. It's all on the website, and then the application for next year will go live in November. And we're working on that right now. Our attendance is slightly lower this year at this point than it was last year at this point. Last year, our August attendance, we were at 96.8. This year, our attendance is 94.9. And it's primarily driven by a couple of kids who just missed a huge chunk of school in August. Either for travel or because they were sick, but I mean, just like kindergarten, we had a child miss 6 days of school, and the kindergarten attendance is 9.3, which is very low for us. So we're gonna do a lot of work on individual families, and then also just try to keep boosting the kids' incentives to come to school. Be here. I don't know. Yeah,
It's a parent training too.
it is. Yeah.
A cough doesn't equate to you can't go to school.
Mhm. Yeah, so our overall attendance were 94.9 for August.
Budget's based off of 264, so you're still.
Yeah, which is five kids above where we projected, which is great. And I don't know of anybody that's moving, so it'll be stuff that comes up, which is rare. So that's good. And then we gave iStation in August and September. iStation reading has transitioned to a Mira reading. And so we're still working out the kinks a little bit. And I learned that we are not the only ones. I think statewide, this is a tough rollout. Just adjusting to kids reading aloud into microphone, admin not necessarily knowing how to navigate a new platform. So it's all a learning curve still, but our kids are doing really well. In ELA, 76% of our kids are level 4 or 5. So that's great. I feel like very on track, which means our kids didn't really lose a lot between the end of the year when we ended at 81% in ELA. So that's great. Still some room for growth. This point last year, we were at 67 to 70. So, and then in math, it's 80% in September if our kids were at level 4 or 5. So we ended the year at 90% in math. So yeah, we'll get there by the end. So it's good. It's a good start. And I think the kids who are achieving significantly below that, you know who they are. They have stuff they're working on, people they're working with, things they're working on. So yeah, it's looking good.
It's great.
Yeah, and then hopefully the end of this month, the embargo will be over. So next month we'll be able to share our school averages for Navasa. Yeah. So, and then we'll get designations in October. So we'll find out about the spotlight and all of that. And so that's what I have. If there are questions or specific things that we can discuss or address.
What, this is not a question, but what grade would the first class of Altura be at now? Ninth grade? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Are most of them going into APS or is it like private or mixed?
That class was pretty mixed. Yeah. And I mean, all of our classes have been very mixed in terms of where they go, charter, district, or private.
What's the tracking mechanism on that? Like, how are they tracking when this gets out? Do you know?
We know because it's been kind of just small. Yeah.
We did have to start a form for people to fill out and sign. But I mean, it's hard to get 100% on that. So we do have some. I mean, the first class had 12 kids, so it's,
Yeah.
They just text us and let us know what's going on. But yeah. We'll be curious in
Yeah. That,
4 years.
This year, I mean, I think a lot of the kids are already looking at, we already have a lot of kids that are signed up for tours for Academy. A lot of kids going to Desert Ridge. Because they're taking transfers now. They've gone up by like 400 kids because they had so many kids that were looking at private school. They were losing kids. So they have taken in a ton of transfers. So a lot of parents that are dropping off here, it's an easy,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
on their way to school. So that's gonna be a big feeder. We have Cottonwood, seems to be another big feeder. Trying to think of
We just have a couple
Sandia
of-
Prep
Yeah.
is
Sandia Prep.
another big feeder.
Mhm.
Um,
We always have a couple go to, seems like a couple every year, Ames, maybe.
Yeah,
Albuquerque School of Excellence and what is going there.
and then Pius, that just started in Hope. Pius and Hope, yeah.
that data on the kids that weren't proficient in math and English that came out was, I think Amanda Aragon released that.
Oh, yeah, the NAEP, all the NAEP. Yeah.
43% weren't.
Yeah,
I'd just be curious to see where our kids end up long term. when they-
yeah.
Our kids, I mean, sixth grade every year, we always get tons of reports from parents that they're putting the accelerated math classes, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely has not been an issue that we've seen here.
Just gotta hope they learn the habits and stuff here and carry on.
Yeah, that's the goal. And we always have, I mean, somebody was telling me yesterday, they're picking up their younger kids, oh, my daughter, she's loving it, she, like, the academics are so easy, so she can figure out all the other stuff, like, that is the goal, that is the goal.
That's awesome.
So that everything comes naturally and she can organize multiple classes, like, some kids are really struggling. But she knows how to organize multiple teachers and
Yeah.
assignments, and she seems to be doing really well. So we hear that, I mean, we've heard that for years so far. So good report.
It's good to get immediate feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if something's not working, we want to know that too, so we can make changes.
It's nice that we're small enough that we have these great relationships with our parents, and so they let us know right away, and we put that feedback in place immediately,
That's awesome.
like with the lockers.
Mhm.
That's the training thing,
Yeah.
just feedback, so.
What's that word?
The lockers, like learning to navigate a locker is really hard when they get to middle school,
Huh.
like
They
in
could
sixth grade.
figure it out,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're like, well, let's start training them in fifth grade and so we bought the lockers and just to get them like,
Small thing to get.
yeah, I mean, it's a little thing, but it's.
Takes one. thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's, I think.
Great. So if there are no further questions, would someone like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion. It's Jake.
Nick, I'll second.
Great. Meeting adjourned at 9:20.